What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of the Humble Threads podcast. My name is Mike, and this is David.
Yes, what's poppin', everybody? What's poppin'? David, aka King Grays, if you know us from streaming and wherever else we go from. We're doing a lot of stuff today. We're gonna have some fun.
Let's go, let's go. Yeah, and you can find me on Twitch at Kingpin Caribou. But today we're gonna talk about some holiday stuff, some stress, some positivity, a little bit of everything we got going on.
Yes,
Everyone has
sir.
something different going on this time
Yes,
of year,
sir.
so we just want to kind of have a conversation and see where it goes. Welcome to the Humble
Most
Threads
definitely,
podcast.
most definitely. A lot of you guys have asked me, "Yo, Dave, when's the podcast coming back? Are you doing it with somebody? Are you bringing somebody else on? What's happening?" Honestly, and I will be 100% honest, I honestly didn't think I was ever going to hop back on a podcast because I could never find someone who could either keep up with the schedule or stay as enthused as I thought I would be. And Mike came out of nowhere, man, and I would like to shout out Jamie for introducing him to the gang. So, yeah, man, this is our podcast, the Humble Threads podcast. Lifestyle, video games, whatever. Just come on in and hang out. If you're lonely, you feel like you don't really have a lot of people to talk to, we're gonna be here for you. So we're here.
Yeah, I feel like everyone can relate to some point in their life where they've just had like that group of friends that had that spot where we'd all go to hang out.
Yep.
And there was always that comfy couch. You get on that couch, maybe you're
Yep.
gonna throw on the PlayStation or the Xbox, and you're gonna play some, or even the N64 and play some Super Mario
The
Kart or something.
N64.
And yo, I'm telling you, man. Hey, I'm 30.
I was about to say.
I go back. But anyway, like we want this podcast to kind of create this this environment of like, yo, we're just a bunch of friends hanging on a couch, shooting the shit,
Yep.
and talking about life, talking about what's happened with us, and
Yep.
just trying to see what we can come up with about in this conversational environment.
Most definitely. Yep.
But yeah, so today we're talking some holiday stuff. I don't know about you, man, but like my house has been holiday set up since like the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
We take things like super serious over here. As soon as we can smell the pumpkin spice in the air, you better believe we're starting to set up some holiday stuff around my house.
Dude,
love it.
man, yeah, I like the holidays, but I'm one of those guys who don't like when it's forced on me. So when it's like getting into Thanksgiving and everything, and the Christmas stuff's coming out, I'm like, come on, man, we just started. But day after Thanksgiving, my girlfriend was already decorating. Unfortunately, she had COVID, so she was really upset. So I didn't want to be a Grinch that year. I was like, you know what? Let's decorate. I was like, you know what? Just put up the tree, do what you got to do. Let's turn on some stuff, and that I feel like that made her feel a lot better. So I was with you on that. I enjoyed it a lot too. I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy it, but it was really fun. So I'm with
So
you. On that one.
question for you, Graves. Are you an early shopper? Like, are you all throughout the year looking for things you can grip and get for your friends or your family or your significant others, or are you like a December 1st? Oh man, I gotta figure this whole thing out. And then you're coming down to the wire. You're ordering Amazon Prime
Yeah.
like 2 days before Christmas, and hoping
yeah.
it's getting here. Like, on which one are you, man?
I will say a little tip for the guys out there. A little tip for y'all, and actually the girls too. Listen. When I got older, I didn't have to buy a lot of gifts for people, but as far as getting older, I got a girlfriend, and she's actually my lovely girlfriend, but I decided to take it upon myself to always like take pictures of things. Like if we're out in the mall and she like points something out, I take a picture
Yeah.
of it, I have it. So right as soon as Black Friday hits, right as soon as sales hit for these stores, I'm buying it. So I'm early. I'm on it. I'm making sure I'm getting it because I don't want to be late. I want to make sure she gets what she wants. So I'm always early. How about you, Mike? You seem like an early shopper. You seem like an early shopper.
Dude, I'm like James Bond when it comes to getting gifts for people, because like I'm so like under the gun, under the radar about what I'm gonna get people, because literally what I do is like I just listen. I listen as hard as I can all year.
Yep,
right?
yep.
And this goes for anytime you want to get something for someone special, whether it's their birthday, just because, or it's the holidays.
Yep.
And like so, literally, I just listen to my wife constantly and listen to the things she talks about, listen to the things that like she aspires to want to have.
Yeah.
And then literally I write lists on my phone.
Same,
and I have a whole notes section on here like maybe this, maybe that, and I have sections for like everybody. I feel like I'm crazy, but like I have like
No,
this,
I'm with you.
I have like so and so's name and
Yep.
this item, so and so's name and this item, and then like
I
when
feel
it
like it's
comes- and
less
then-
stressful. It's less stressful.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I start really thinking, like digging into the Christmas almost as soon as my wife's birthday happens. And my wife's birthday is towards the end of September.
Okay. Okay.
And So like I know that as soon as her birthday passes,
You gotta
we
get
got
cracking.
October, we got November, and then
Yep.
December's here, right? So yeah, I just start thinking and looking
So you're
and
lucky.
yeah, I mean that sure, but like I
Yeah.
still had the rest of the year to get there for her birthday and everything like that. And
Well,
so one thing that like I've always thought to myself, my mom taught me this actually.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my mom, but like she's such an
shout
angel,
out,
but,
Mom, if you're listening.
yeah. She told me this story about penguins, right?
Mm-hmm.
And penguins, they mate for life, right? So they pair up, and what the male penguin does for the entirety of the relationship with that female penguin, that male penguin will just when it's out doing its daily routine, whatever penguins do, if it finds a stone, like a pebble, right, that it thinks is beautiful, it brings that little pebble back to its significant other. And then that significant other starts building this pile of these pebbles, right?
Yep.
And so my mom's always like, regardless of where you're at or how long you've been in a relationship, you always got to remember that it doesn't have to be expensive. It can just be it can be a small gesture. It can be any size, really. But remember, every relationship deserves a little pile of pebbles, and those things are they're little keepsakes. They're little reminders. They don't have to break the bank, but it's just little things here and there. Like one of the best things that I've ever seen is going to get flowers at the store, right?
Oh my gosh.
Most people when you just surprise your significant with some flowers, but like when you go there, 9 times out of 10, I guarantee it, 9 times out of 10, you go to buy flowers, the person at the counter will be like, "Oh, what'd you do?"
Right.
Or like, what I mean? Like, why are you buying flowers on a Tuesday?
Like, on a Tuesday.
It's like absolutely nothing. Like, I love my wife, and I'm
wanted to do it. Yeah.
Flowers.
I'm definitely that type of guy, so I completely agree with you. I've always said even when I'm out or Ashley's at home and I have stuff written down, sometimes I'll bring her flowers. Even like she likes a certain type of hoagie, which I kind of remember her favorite sandwich. And I remember we were in Disney once, and I forget the girl's name from Frozen. Oh my god, her sister.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I forget her. Yeah, whatever her sister's name is. And like the character asked me, she was like, "Oh, do you know her favorite type of sandwich?" Because I guess it's a thing in the movies. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a lettuce, turkey. She likes pickles on the side, mayo. She also likes tomato." And she was like, "Oh my god!" And it's things where you gotta remember, like you just gotta remember these things. Yeah. So, like past week we just got a dog, so she was a little stressed and everything. So I just got her a hoagie. She was happy. So a little advice to the new couples out there: do not let that fire die. If you need it, someone's not going to tell you. Me and Mike will tell you. Make sure you always bring the little pebble back is the information you need from the story.
I'll tell you one thing. I learned this in the 5 Languages of Love. It's a great book. If everyone is ever feeling trying to learn a little bit about how love is received and given from all different people. But like it talks about this concept. Well, this book and also the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Definitely get both of those books. But either way, there's this concept of like, if you're feeling that if we're in a relationship that if love's not working out, like if for some reason that you don't feel love anymore, or like you're feeling resentful towards your significant other, guess what? Love itself is a verb, right? Love it's not something that you get given, right? You only have love when you give it yourself.
Yep.
And so like if anyone feels less or lacking that, you just have to figure out like, well, clearly I'm not giving that in which I want to receive.
Yep.
And because when you start giving those 10%, 100%, because like relationships in general are 100%, 100%. There is no 50-50. It's not 25-25. It's not it's not 100. It's not 100 and then 10%, 0%. It's 100, 100, because there is no give and take. It's not, I did the dishes 8 times this week.
Yep.
I need you to do them today. It's like, well, we are just doing them together.
Yeah. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself and make yourself feel good too. Also.
Never keeping tallies and just respecting each other. That we are all part of this one, this big mission together.
Yep.
And it makes it, it makes a lot of things.
It makes things, especially like for example, like I said, we just got a puppy. It's I love her and everything. I told Ashley we shouldn't get one until a certain amount of time, but you're never ready to get a puppy, honestly. And I'm gonna tell you guys out there. So it was a lot for me, and then getting her on the schedule and us trying to figure out what we needed to do. But like she was watching her or something. I forget. I think they were taking a nap downstairs, and I think it was yesterday. I came home. I got a haircut. I was like, you know what? I was just going to get a shower and leave and go to Target and finish shopping. But I was like, let me do the laundry. Let me put her clothes away and my clothes away. It was just little things because I know when she gets up, she doesn't have to worry about that and say, oh, crap, I got this laundry to go away. And sometimes I'm like, I wish she would put her laundry away. But at the same time, it's like, do it for yourself and the other person because it's going to make you both feel good. just keep going.
doubt.
You know,
No
so
doubt.
but
So
what were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was gonna say winding us back to the holidays.
Yeah, I was about to say bringing us back into the
We are-
holidays, which
We are,
you know.
we are less than a week out at this point.
Oh,
at the point of this
man.
recording.
Yeah.
It is coming in hot. This week alone, I only work 3 days. I'm working Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday.
Yep, same.
We'll be streaming all 3 of those nights,
Mhm.
and then Thursday, Friday, we are off from work,
Mhm.
and then I'm off for the entirety of the following of the next week.
Yep.
Thanks to some PTO that my office
Sheesh.
offered me.
Yeah, I'm part time, so no PTO yet. No PTO yet. Soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Full time, man. Full
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I'm praying.
I honestly, like, it drives me nuts. I never thought I'd ever
Man.
exist in corporate America.
And it's kind of funny, and I feel like that's why I felt like I had a connection with you. And I've never felt like I've always seen my brothers are very corporate guys. They're very business savvy guys. I'm the oddball out. So like I was the one with the mohawk. I was the one dyeing my hair and everything. And I was like, man, I'm never doing a 9 to 5. I was like, there's never going to be a day where I go to bed at 9 o'clock and wake up at 7 a.m. I was like, there's no chance. Even when I have kids and stuff, I was like, there's no chance because I love video games too much and I love having my own time. But here I am. Literally, it's 8:45 right now as we're recording this, guys, and I am exhausted. And I think me and my girlfriend are gonna go lay down. I'm gonna go listen to some YouTube stuff. And I'm gonna fall asleep. But I never thought I would belong in court. I thought I would be doing something else. Who knows? I have no idea. But
It's wild, man. I mean, like, I went. We both went to art school.
Mhm.
I spent the first half of my 20s as a sign touring musician. We'll get into that at some point. In the
most
podcast.
definitely. Yep. Because I got a lot of
But,
questions
like,
still.
I tried absolutely everything friggin' possible to
Mhm.
keep myself outside of corporate America,
Yep.
and as if it was fated to happen.
Yeah. Fighting against the grain.
Almost 4 years later, I find myself working, with inside the corporate beast.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is funny because me and you both have like the same animosity as towards like when we stream. Which, if you guys didn't know, we're streamers also. My name is King Graves Gaming on at pretty much Facebook, TikTok, freaking Twitch, all the platforms, and of course you have Mike Kingpin Caribou. His stuff is The Grove. That's on Discord. You know what? We'll probably put all this in the show notes if you would like to join any of our Discords, if you would like to join us. But me and Mike work at a desk all day, and it's the same desk that we stream at. So literally, like, Mike goes from working to streaming, and like I get a little break in between, but I still feel the same where I'm like, I don't feel like sitting at the chair anymore.
Yeah.
But I feel like Mike has the same feelings as I do. But when we get into that chair and we see all you guys coming in the chat and talking to us and, talking to us about your day, and it feels like we're relieving some stress off of you, like, it makes it all the more wild, especially during the holidays this time.
Oh, for sure. So what do you got going on, man? What's your Christmas Eve look like?
Dude, my life is revolving, like, unfortunately. It's not revolving. Let me not say that. It's around this dog, though, but... I'm happy we have her, but this week I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, same as you. I'll probably be streaming. So like right when you stop streaming is when I start, because she goes to bed at 8. So once she goes to bed, I hop on. I might stream for a little bit and get it going. But honestly, this week we're just getting stuff together. The Christmas tree has a bunch of presents under it now because her mom brought a bunch of stuff over. But I think this week will be a lot of relaxing. I might not do any freelance this week because last week I felt like I was turning a lot of stuff out and I was so stressed out, and then I was taking it out on the dog, and I was like, I can't be mad at her for peeing on the floor. I was like, I'm mad because I have like 50 projects in front of me, and I need to try and organize myself a little better, but I'm not doing much this week. What about you besides the whole stream?
Well, I mean, like the holidays specifically.
Oh, you're right.
What's your Christmas Eve, your Christmas Day look like, dude?
Christmas Eve, I think we're going to her mom's house. We usually go to her mom's house with her family, and we all hang out and drink and stuff. We're going to try and bring the dog. They have a dog, so we'll see if they get along. Their dog's a little older. And then Christmas, they're coming down here. We're all opening the presents together. Then we're going down the street to her sister's. We'll probably come home. Hopefully, like, it's just going to be a nice, relaxing, chill day. My family usually doesn't do a lot for Christmas. I don't know why. It's just a whole different thing. My older brother, his religion that he's a part of, they don't celebrate Christmas or Halloween. So the most we try and do is get the kids stuff for their birthday, which my nephew's birthday just passed. But I also got something for my brother, which I don't think this will be out before he can hear it. But I got him this cool Dragon Ball Z mug. So when you pour like coffee in it, like Goku turns Super Saiyan, and he's been talking about it for years. But yeah, just chilling, man, just chilling. So what about you for Christmas Eve and Christmas?
Yeah. Well, we have a tradition ever since we bought this house. This is actually our third year in the house, but it'll be our fourth Christmas because we literally bought this house 3 years ago yesterday.
Okay.
So like
happy anniversary.
Yeah, we bought it literally the week of Christmas. It was like the craziest Christmas gift of our lives.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then I asked my wife to marry me. So like it just wham bam, thank you, man. You know, it was like such a roller coaster of like a week.
I could imagine
thinking that was gonna happen because we didn't know when we were gonna settle on the house, and it just came up to be the
right at the right time
weekend before Christmas. So we had this like Charlie Brown-esque Christmas tree in the house when we first, like, you know, like a twig with like one little bauble on it. But anyway, so like so ever since that year, we've always had her family come over Christmas Eve.
Okay.
We usually, you know, like we'll usually keep it simple. We like order pizza or like Chinese food and like,
the best Chinese food on Christmas is the best. I don't care if anyone
and then
attests.
we usually have some kind of like, you know, cheesy holiday movie playing on the TV in the living room, and it's like a bunch of you know drinking, just having a good time. And then Christmas Day we're going over to my parents' place. Okay. And then we'll actually get to see my sister and her fiance over there.
Okay.
And that's just chill. My parents are like, we're like, they're off the boat from England. I was born here, but like they're still like super English, and we have a lot of like, I don't know, we have a lot of, I guess, family traditions that we do that are like very, I guess, inspired from like the heritage of being from England.
Yeah.
And honestly, like Christmas for me is like so big because my extended family is entirely over in England. So like I grew up with just mom and dad and sister. So we didn't have grandma to go visit. We didn't have cousins to go visit. We didn't have any of that. So like Christmas and like birthdays was always like the number one time when we would get to like get on like a Skype call or like
and see everyone,
see everybody and talk with everybody. So it was always just like a really great time to get together.
Yeah. So I mean, I can kind of agree. I kind of feel the same way with how you feel. A lot of my family, like when I was younger, we were closer, but we didn't spend Christmases together. It was just like, and my parents were divorced, so it was like me, my brother, and my mom, and my other brother until he got with his wife, and then they don't celebrate that. So I completely understand. I would see all them on like FaceTime calls and everything because they kind of like spread out throughout the country and stuff. So I completely understand.
No doubt.
We recently just had my brother's his birthday today, and we just did a like a big Discord call, and it was kind of funny because I got all my mom's on Discord. Like who can say that? Who can say that? But we literally just did that for him, and I don't get to see them a lot, especially with COVID. So I completely understand. He was crying, I was crying. The videos, I made the video, being the graphic designer I am, so it was very touching. It was hilarious, but touching at the same time. But I completely understand what you're saying. Seeing everybody during the holidays, especially around this time, is something special. So,
absolutely, like can't wait. And like we don't do it anymore, but like when I was younger, like as if it was like straight out of like Charles Dickens. Like my parents, I'm serious. My parents used to always get like a Christmas goose, right? So like. Most Americans or like typical people do turkey on Christmas.
Which I don't like turkey that much. I'm gonna be honest with you.
For many years, when I was younger, my parents would go to a specific like English butcher in the area where they live, and they would get actual Christmas goose. And it's
how does it taste?
It's like duck. So like it's 100% like dark meat.
Okay.
It's very, very delicious. If you can find any butcher that serves goose, I'd recommend giving it a try.
I might have to look into it because me and my brother were talking about that. Like I was like, bro, turkey might be the most like hyped up thing in the holidays, and it's not even that good. Like it's so dry. What's the point?
It's very hard to do a turkey like well. It can go awry in so many ways.
Like a smoked turkey is usually pretty good. Like those ones are like that. They kind of taste like ham or whatever. Like those ones are good. We usually do those for like Thanksgiving and stuff. But
have you ever had a deep fried turkey?
No, I think I'm too scared to even like either try and go somewhere that has attempted that because I feel like it would blow your house up. But I don't know.
I've done it once. I've actually like fried the turkey myself once.
How was that?
I'll tell you what, like it, wildly dangerous. but like
I get to see you with like the welder's mask on.
It's like real dangerous. But honestly, it was some of the most like just amazing turkey I've ever had because the
Yeah.
outside crisps and it keeps all the moisture in,
Okay.
and like it's very very good.
Which I was gonna say, I have to shout you out. I forget what those things are called. What are those things that like they pull apart and they're like poppers or something?
The Christmas crackers.
Yeah, the Christmas crackers. I went to Target and they had some for like $12.
Yeah.
So Ashley's niece and nephew are still pretty young, and I was like, it'd be a cool tradition for like Uncle David
my goodness,
to
they're
come
gonna
bring
love
them.
it.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah, they're
Disney
gonna love
themed, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. But I was like, you know what, Mike was talking about this. Let me pick them up. I have to shout him out about it.
It's super English. I actually have some like right next to me right now. They're super fun.
I wish I could get them. They're over there. I'll probably have to show you after this, but they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, for those of who don't know what a Christmas cracker is, that probably sounds absolutely crazy to you.
Yeah,
I've heard what that is.
outlandish probably. Yeah,
I'm not talking. We're not talking like wheat thins or like Triscuits, right? Like a Christmas cracker is like akin to like a surprise present that has a firecracker attached to it, but it's non-lethal and it's non-aggressive, and you basically hold it with someone next to you, and you pull it, and then it cracks, and then a toy flies out of it, and then there's a paper hat, makes you look silly, and it sounds nuts. Just Google it, someone Christmas cracker, and hopefully Google
and let us know.
What you need. Yeah.
And I did have a topic for us that we could talk about. I could throw this in here. For people who have kids listening and or just listening, because right now we're not gonna. We'll see if you guys want YouTube and you want to have YouTube playing in the background. Let us know. We'll do it in there. There's gonna be some stuff I'll talk about at the end that have to do with that. But if you have kids, cover their ears. Or put them out the room or put your headphones in. I wanted to ask you, Mike, when did you realize Santa Claus wasn't real?
I was really young.
Okay.
I don't know. I was always a smart kid. I was like smarter than I should have been. I don't know, man. Like I feel like I was like, I'm trying to remember that grade that I was in. It had to have been like third grade. Like so I was like probably like 8, maybe like 7 or 8, somewhere in there.
Okay. Do you have a story?
Hilarious story about that is my sister believed until she was at least 10. And she's older than me.
Oh no.
That didn't mean that much. So like she's like 2 years older than me.
Okay.
So like even though I found out around like 7, 8, so she found out when she was 10, right?
Yeah.
I basically ruined it for her.
What did you do? She made you mad one day. And you're like, guess what? Santa isn't real.
No, because like she was like I mean like and don't disclaimer. I love my sister. She's amazing, and she knows this story, and like she'll probably laugh just hearing it eventually if she listens to this. Okay, so like. I figured it out, and like I was like Mom, Dad, like cut the charade, like I know what's going on. Dad is Santa Claus, like yada yada yada, whatever. Like I don't care. Like I appreciate the gifts. Like I was like a really well-spoken young child, like whatever.
Yeah.
But my sister was like fully and like hardcore into it, and like that year prior, my parents had purchased for themselves because remember I'm like 8, so I don't have anything. They purchased their own little like camcorder, like with like the cassette tapes that would go inside them to like see your film. And like this is like around like Home Alone like 1 or 2 when like Macaulay Culkin was like filming people and doing crazy shit. So like I went to my mom. I was like, Mom, so like Christina still believes in Santa Claus, but she's 10 years old. I just figured out I think it's time that she's like it's
get you out of the Matrix.
And I was like, Mom, I'm 8 and I'm telling you that she needs to wake up. She's 10. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so I was like, Mom, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell her that we're gonna hide a video camera in the room where the Christmas tree is, and then I'm gonna hit record, and she's gonna know I hit record. We're gonna hide it so like you guys don't know it's there, no one knows it's there, and then in the morning we're gonna review the camera and see if we can watch Santa Claus putting trees underneath our our tree, right? And my sister was like, "This is amazing. This is a great idea. We're totally doing this." My mom was like, "Okay, fine."
Oh
and so what happened
no!
When I said, "All right, Mom, this is what we're gonna do," because at the time I was like super into like stop animation, like
stop animation,
claymation.
Yeah.
I was like, so basically what I would do is I had my mom, while she was putting presents down, she would hit stop and then go and then put a present down, stop and then go and put a present down, stop and then go and put a present down. So and then in the morning when we reviewed the tape, it just looked like there was just all these like cuts and frames, but it looked like just presents were just like
randomly
appearing
popping
out of nowhere. Yeah. And I showed it to my sister, and she like went crazy. She was like, "Mom, Dad, you gotta see this. We caught Santa Claus!" And she was like freaking out. And then like, of course, my mom was in on it, and then we all just started laughing because my dad was in on it too at that point. And she's like, "What happened?" And it's like, and we're like, "Okay, here's the deal. Santa Claus isn't real. That's all fake, and this is how we did it." And
Jesus
she was like,
Christ.
"Well, I kind of could see that. I believe it." Like trying to like hide herself and not be so like
Try not to seem so gullible.
Yeah. But it was
Christ.
I wish. I mean, I bet somewhere in like the depths of my parents like random miscellaneous
There's a
drawers in their
VHS
house,
somewhere, yeah.
there's a tape. Yeah, there's a tape that exists where it's like I fooled my sister about Santa Claus
Jesus
for the last
Christ.
time.
Yeah, I honestly listened to this on somewhere else, and I was like, let me ask Mike. For me, I mean, and it's sad, and I don't want to bring this podcast down for anyone, and for anyone who has parents that are divorced, the magic of things start going out the window, because you start to, once this happens, you start to realize, like, I feel like life hits you a little harder.
Sure.
Like, when my parents got divorced, and, like, I realized we had Christmas around there and stuff, we went to go live with my uncle. At my uncle's, I still kind of believed in it. I was like, eh. And then we got an apartment in Westchester, because I've lived in Westchester my whole life, but we were in there, and me and my brother had a room, but I never slept. Like, this is why I said I would never be in corporate America, because I'm a night person. I've never been a morning person or anything. So I'm like sitting there, and me and my mom's still trying to play it. It might have been like year 3 we were in this apartment. So I'm like, all right, cool. And I remember I wanted this double-sided lightsaber thing or whatever. It was something that it was on the commercials. They were all talking. I was like, you can change the colors. It lights up. It makes noise. It's like, oh man. I was like, Mom, this is it. This is the only gift. This is it. Forget about the Legos. Get this one right here. So I'm hearing the blinds move out in the living room and like a glass door opening, and I was like, oh, this is my chance. I was like, Santa, it's your turn, sir. I'm coming out. I'm talking to you about why this happened, why I didn't get this year. So I come out, and I see my mom hiding stuff behind the couch. She's like, David, if you don't get back in your room, you're not going to get any presents this year. And I was like, oh, crap. So I went back in my room, and I was like, it's like Santa still brings stuff. Like she probably got it because Santa probably didn't have time. And then as the night progressed and me staying up longer and longer, I was like, yeah, Santa Claus isn't real. It's been my mom the whole time, so there's no way. But oh god, just thinking about those times when you believed in that type of stuff in more pure forms of like being a child is hilarious sometimes.
Have you ever wondered like how wild that is? That like there's always this like revolving generation of people of a certain age that exist that believe in this like completely fabricated commercialized Santa Claus. Like again, like R.I.P. if you guys are too young for this. But, like,
R.I.P.
We should have said spoilers a
while. I think I did. I said if you have kids in the room, if you're a kid, please leave. But if you're in it now, you're in the shits. The Matrix has been broken open. You're out of the pod. You're Neo. We picked you up. It's here.
Here's your red pill.
Yeah, you're here. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's just like in hindsight, it's just like baffling that we just like we build such an amazing like world of fantasy for children and then just crush it one day,
dude.
And it's just like, well, like. It's like, and it's like that whole childish wonder that like that everyone wants to kind of like hold on to, and
yeah.
Like I don't know, like I used to work in heavy retail, and I just never.
Yeah, I find it hilarious. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
It's just
wild.
It's just the way our world's built in general. Because when you learn stuff in school, like just when you learn stuff in school, and then you get out in the real world, you're like, huh. Thanksgiving really wasn't all, happy smiles and hugging. You killed a bunch of people. Then it's like, we really fabricated this whole, thing about that. Yeah. Like, even with Santa Claus and everything. And it's just funny, though, thinking back at those times and, like, how you grasp onto those things. You try and keep that. I think that might be the reason why I love comics and comic books so much. Because maybe that brings you back to, like, a childish, like, I believe in like maybe I can jump off a roof or some shit, but I don't know.
Yeah. I just think it's funny from the get go. We just teach our kids to have trust issues.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm lying to you, and this big fat man is coming in your house, and that's the story. What? Like, what are you talking about? But usually around the holiday. But how do you? Real question is, how do you feel about like around the holidays like this time? Are you usually stressed? Are you happy? Do you still feel the Christmas magic, or has it faded as you get older?
100%. Yeah. No, like I don't get stressed around Christmas time. The only thing that stresses me out is realizing I still have to work.
Okay.
Like there's still things I have to do. There's still I can't just like can't do nothing, right? But like no. I absolutely get like absolutely just energized by Christmas. it used to be a little different when I worked in retail for full time, but like I used to kind of hate it.
Wait, where did you work in retail? I need to know these stories.
So back in the day, right out of college, in like while my band wasn't touring, I was a supervisor at the Vans shoe store at the mall, which was across from Snoopy's and PacSun.
Yeah.
So I was working in there. I was selling Vans and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm a big Vans fan, but like, yes, that's corporate shoe sales. And then but what was funny is when I was working there, I actually got poached to go work for another store. So like some district manager came in and was like, you know, I helped him get shoes or whatever. And he came up to me afterwards. He's like, "Yo, man, here's a card. Let's talk." And little did I know, my assistant manager at the time was already planning to jump ship from Vans to go to this other company, and had actually told the dude to come and scout me out and
take you there.
Yeah, so like honestly, my entire time working at Vans was fine. Like there wasn't like, we had some crazy management stuff situations, but like there really wasn't anything like wild that happened, right? But it gets deeper, because so when I got poached, I got poached by another shoe store. I got poached by Journey's shoes.
It's just scalping.
Relentless. So like, but anyway, so my he was a real good friend of mine. He was like, "Yo, man, I know you like absolutely kill it at Vans, and like we want to be able to hook you up. So just come on down to the Journey store," because this was after he had left. He'd been gone from the company for like a month. And he goes, "Just come on down, just meet this guy and just see what he says." Impromptu interview in the back room, sitting on like a couple boxes of Timberlands, and the dude was just kind of gave me this brief interview and was like, "Hey, so how about we just give you a store?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, at this stage, I'm 24 years old at this time.
So like you're the overseer of that store. Okay.
And he's like, you're gonna be the store manager. Like you're gonna be like the dude that runs everything in the store. And then you'll have you'll hire in a whole squad of people. You'll hire in assistant managers, supervisors, and squads, and you're just gonna take the store. Yeah, no kidding. I'm 24 years old. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was like,
was it good money? Like.
Not really.
Okay.
Yes and no.
At 24, was it good money?
It was commission. So like.
Okay.
So like, I made money if my team hustled.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, they gave me a store. I ended up working at this derelict mall in an area called Exton, PA.
Oh man.
And so like I was working there, and my own store and everything. But like, it was wild because when I first got that store, the district manager who hired me was like, "Yo, man, the team that works there right now is absolute garbage, and I need you. And day one, I need you to go in there and shoot a hostage." And I was like, "Shoot a what?"
That's a hilarious thing to say.
And he goes, "I need you to go in there, figure out who the weakest link is.
I'll write that one down.
And fire them in front of everybody."
I'm writing that one down.
And just like mic drop, literally. Like fire, go in there, figure out who you don't like, and fire somebody.
Yo,
and I was like,
that's a lot of power.
Out of your head?
That's a lot of power.
Yeah. And he goes, "Now you don't have to, but there's a damn good chance they won't respect you." And I was like, "Yo, what kind of like archaic like era are you from that you just walk into a store of people who work there and just decide someone needs to get fired?" Like,
do you have any crazy Black Friday stories? Were you like around this store during Black Friday?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, I didn't end up having to fire anybody because since I was a brand new store manager taking over that store, they had to do like a in and out audit to make sure that like I was coming into a clean store that had no theft or anything. And we found out that during that audit, which was 2 days after I took the store over, that the assistant manager at the time of the store had stolen like something crazy, like $400 worth of like kids' Uggs. And like, yeah, right. And like was returning them and then taking cash out of the register and just like gripping shit. So like we found out. So like I didn't have to shoot anybody. We just found somebody in the store that was just straight up robbing the place.
Jesus Christ. Well, the culprit culprit was caught.
Yeah. So
Jesus Christ.
So holidays was crazy because like that obviously no doubt that's when you make your most money.
I'm with you.
I was making about 3% commission off anything I sold, and then I was making an extra commission off of anything the entire store sold.
Yep.
So like holiday pay was fresh. But obviously Uggs, right? We were one of the only retailers in the area that sold women's Uggs.
Yeah.
And we ran out of sizes, right? Like we were a kind of small store, and we ran out of like the 9s, the 10s, because there's not many like size 10 like women's feet out there, like at least not in the area that we were shopping in. So like it was really rare for like my store to like
carry that size. Yeah.
But like we would have people come in and be like, yo, I need the size 10 of this, and like I'd be like, I'm sorry, man, like I have to order this for you, like we did not carry this. And then they'd freak out, and then I'd be like, yeah, like seriously, like here, and I said to this one lady once, I was like, ma'am, I'm really sorry. Let me just go into the back. I'll tell the elves to kill some more sheep, and we'll get some elves made for you right away.
I mean,
And she's like, well, how long is that going to take? And I was like, are you serious, man?
I kind of feel those people, though, because I wear a size 13, so it's very, very, very hard to find your shoe size with those shoes, depending.
Yeah, and this other guy came in the day before Christmas and was like, I need a pair of size 7.5 Bailey Bowes chestnut Uggs. And I was like, I'm sorry, sir. This is the day before Christmas. I do not have any size 7 Bailey Bow Uggs in the chestnut color. And, he goes, why don't you have them? And I was like, it's the day before Christmas, sir. You should have been here like a month ago or 2 weeks ago or yesterday.
Have you ever seen Jiggle All the Way? It kind of reminds me of that, where he's like, do you have any more Turbo Man dolls? Turbo Man!
I was like, are you serious, sir? And he goes, you have no idea how much you've ruined Christmas. And I was like, sir, your lack of attention to the needs of your family and your procrastination to go out and buy the thing that you actually need to do is not my fault. So
people like that.
You have a wonderful day, sir, and if there's anything else I can help you with, I'm right here.
Oh, God. People like that annoy me.
I need to speak to your manager.
Guess what, buddy?
It was the best part. It was the best part, because literally I would do the literal, I would hop in a circle, turn around, and I'd be like, hello, sir, I'm the store manager. You've already been speaking to him. Please get out of my store.
Jesus Christ. So you worked at Exton Mall, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
So we have something in common. During you probably weren't there. I'm wondering if our paths have crossed. But if you were 24, I was like 18, 19. No, yeah, I don't know, because I wasn't working there at that time. I worked at Express when I was in college.
Okay.
So that was that was in Exton Mall, and
when did you graduate college?
I just graduated college, but I graduated high school in 2013.
Oh, yeah. No. This was a long time
ago. Yeah, I graduated high school in 2013, so that's why I was like, I figured. But I worked at Express.
2013.
Jesus. Yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, I worked at Express, and that was in the Exton Mall, and that was the worst experience of my life. Like, it taught me a lot about myself, because it's so funny that people want me on podcasts and they want to hear me talk, because I don't like talking to people, and I frankly don't like people. I'm gonna be honest, and that's just how I am. Depending on if I can connect with you and everything, but me working at Express, I'm kind of with you. I remember I would catch the bus, first time catching the bus, catch it into Exton, come on down. I worked there as a seasonal hire for the winter time. Didn't like talking to people, so everyone would like talk to me, and they'd be like, Dave, go talk to that person, ask them if they need help. So I'd like walk over, pretend like I was helping them, then walk away. And I just remember Black Friday. Like I slept at my brother's because he lived near Exton at the time. Oh God, I got in there. People are just ripping shirts up in the freaking room, and just no one's listening. Like, listen, we have shirts on the rack. If you want to try on a shirt for the dress shirt, do not open the pack. I go in there. There's 50 shirts open. I'm folding. It was terrible. I remember like one guy I got along with there, but retail is not the move during any holiday season. But I'm completely with you. People freaking out on my manager about returns and everything else. Eventually, they just put me in the back to do stock, and I was the happiest kid in the world because I didn't have to talk to anybody. So, oh man,
I loved being a manager in those scenarios, because like my team that I hired in to work underneath me, whenever they realized they had a disgruntled customer, or like they needed to call me to the front, they would all kind of like sit there with like their popcorn and be like, what is he gonna say? How's he gonna deal with this? How is he gonna like tell him to fuck off? Like, like what's he gonna do?
Oh my gosh.
This, because man, I used to have this zero tolerance. Like, if you've worn these shoes and they show wear and tear and they're like muddy or like whatever, like I don't give a shit if your feet don't fit these anymore. Like, I'm not taking these back.
Yeah.
Like I just refused it. Like I was because what people don't realize is like it's not just the company. The company doesn't take like a nosedive. Like specifically in a commission sales environment, if you sell shoes and then even like 2 weeks later they come back into the store, my personal commission or whoever sold those shoes' commission gets decreased on the following paycheck. So like we were just like we were monsters about trying to not let people
Dude,
return keys.
commission is not the move at all for any time. Like I definitely couldn't do it, and I know that for a fact. Even listening to that story and working Express, I hated it with a passion. Like I'd rather get hourly pay.
It taught you how to like I already had like some sales experience from previous things I had done, but like it really teaches you how to like
Hustle, kind of.
hustle and like essentially get people to spend money they didn't intend to spend. And like it's wild.
It kind of reminds me of the dude that
be in an environment like that.
Yeah, like the guy in the mall who stops you. Like we have a guy at Walmart who they put people there. It's Comcast, so they're like, "Hey, sir, do you have a minute?" I'm like, "Dude, this job must suck." But like I understand, like that's their commission. And even he asked me, he was like, "Oh, do you have Xfinity?" I was like, "Yes, I have Xfinity." He's like, "Oh, okay, good." And I was like, "Dude, I was like, I'm sorry," and I was like, "I don't want to sound rude." I was like, "I know this sucks." But like I was like, I'm fine. I don't want to talk to you for the next 20 minutes about why Comcast is amazing because honestly they all suck, so it's fine. And he was like, dude, he was like, you know what? You're one of the nicest people who have talked to me. I was like, it's fine, man.
No doubt. Yeah, that's a rough job. Like if anyone thinks that they want to be the dude who accosts people that walk into Walmart to try to change their internet provider, like that sucks.
That's like trying to chop off someone's leg. Like think about that.
I respect the hustle, but like, come on, like you can get a better job than that. Like,
I will give you a better job. I personally will give you a better job. You can come work for the Humble Threads podcast and or help us out with our streaming career or anything. But as we are winding down, guys, you have heard some stories. We're probably gonna try and keep this to an hour. So right now we're probably gonna talk about some stuff as far as like what we do. And I know we were talking about the holidays and stuff like that, but Mike, if you would like to introduce yourself and go over some things about your streaming career and everything,
and
get some people interested.
Yeah, I'll take the floor, man. So yeah, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael Hart. You can find me on Twitch at Kingpin Caribou. We stream a lot of like DBD over there, and Fridays we have one of the wildest marble communities.
The best.
That's just been growing every single week. Absolutely insane. You can also find me over on Instagram at Kingpin Caribou, as well as kingpincaribou.yoyo. For those of you who don't know, I'm a pretty aggressive, modern style yo-yo player. You can also find me on TikTok at Kingpin Caribou. I'm all over the place at Kingpin Caribou. Used to be a former signed musician. Played progressive hardcore music. I was the vocalist for a band called Gladiators. You can find that music anywhere. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like
I'm still saying I don't want to yo-yo off. I'm just throwing it out there. Sorry to cut you off. A yo-yo off.
Oh no. We'll get it done.
I'll get
we'll talk yo-yo for sure. But anyhow, that's me in a nutshell. I'm 30. I got 2 beautiful dogs and I'm married, and I got a nice house and a corporate ass job.
Yep. Mike is a great guy. Mike is a great guy, ladies and gentlemen. I met Mike through his sister-in-law and my friend Jamie, who I met last year. Who she's really cool too. Shout out Jamie. We had class together and we played Dead by Daylight and everything. She's like, I remember seeing the first video of you streaming, and you didn't say a word or anything. You were just playing, and I think something happened, and you just like flipped out, and I was like, oh, okay. And then like we met later on, and I got to see how you were streaming and everything. I was like, yo, that's the guy. He's professional. And as far as me, ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Graves, aka King Graves Gaming. I do have a lot of other nicknames that people, if you know me, you know me what they are. I'm not going to say them because they sound silly and stupid, so I'm not going to say them because they're weird. But you can find me on Twitch at King Graves Gaming. I play a lot of everything. Mostly right now I've been trying to do more party games and like friendly games with everyone, such as Dead by Daylight with Mike. Or we just recently played Red Dead Online 2, which was interesting, but I've been really wanting to get into those so that way I can make some YouTube videos, which King Graves Gaming on that too. I do a lot of different things. I have a clothing brand called Street Vision Young Gods. To find the website, it's svyg.online. I'm currently working on some stuff. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a hoodie here if you guys like it, but I'm a graphic designer. I do it all. You need like posters, overlays, emotes, whatever, please hit me up. But I will probably give you a timeline because a lot of people are coming over now and it's kind of freaking me out, I'm not gonna lie. So, and I can thank Mike for that, for shouting everything out. But that's us, man. This is the podcast. I hope I'm not missing anything. I think that's all I do. That's it. I think that's all me and Mike do. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that sums it all up.
That definitely does. If I could, well, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, just want to, thanks everybody for checking out the very first episode of the Humble Threads podcast. It kind of was like a stream of consciousness, and there wasn't much structure here, but we kind of want to keep it that way because, like we said at the top, we want to kind of create this environment where it's just two friends hanging out, talking about life and just shooting the shit. And when those real conversations happen, there's no telling where it's gonna go. Even if we have a set off point where we try to pull ourselves back and go everywhere.
Honestly,
Humble threads, gang.
I looked down and I was like, man, we're probably at like 20 minutes or something. I was like, almost an hour. I was like, holy crap. So I was like, you know what? Let me try and get us in there. So it's kind of good that lets me know we're having that much fun that time's flying by.
Oh no, this is gonna be good. I'm really excited.
Yeah, just like Mike said, we're gonna be structured, but off the cuff. Like we have our show notes and everything. We'll probably get some stuff together for you guys. I will have stuff in the show notes, such as our email, everything. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a Discord channel if you guys want to ask us questions and/or want us to talk about something. We can do that, depending on how this goes. I will have our email and stuff, like I said, in the description. Our email, I'm pretty sure, is Humble Threads Podcast ? I think. No question mark. Actually, don't forget the last thing I said. But I'm trying to. Okay. Here it is. Humble Threads Podcast @gmail.com. That is Humble Threads Podcast @gmail.com. So feel free to email us. Jesus. Let us know if you liked it. If we should make a Discord group, we'll probably do that anyway, so you can talk to us because we want to be with you guys.
Send us some questions, like,
Amen.
If there's a topic that you like in the gaming world or just in pop culture in general that you would love us to weigh in on. Feel free to send us an email. You can drop it in there, and then maybe in the future we'll have like a listener question section of the podcast, and then we'll be able to respond to what's been going on.
And he means anything. I'm talking about from the span of, hey, I'm a young and upcoming artist. You've been down this road. Right. Can you give me some advice? Hey, David, I'm a young up and coming graphic designer, and I need some ideas on how I should do freelance. Or, I really love yo-yos. What type of yo-yo should I buy? Or, I really like comics, David. I need some help with whatever. I don't know. Ask us anything.
Literally anything.
Literally anything. We really appreciate you all. I really appreciate the Grove, Mike's people. Man, you guys come out all the time and just show him so much love and everything, and it makes me happy seeing you guys in there, and I'm a part of that. And then it feeds over to the people who are part of the organization. So thank you for them, and also thank you to the Graveyard, my people who come through and watch. There's very few of you, but hopefully we'll grow that in a little bit. I've only been streaming for a couple months, but man, Humble Thread Podcast, episode 1 in the books. Mike, thank you, and thanks for being a great person and always talking to me and keep it going. And I was like, with these talks, we might as well just put them on the podcast. We sit on here and talk anyway after he's done working or whatever. So
love it.
Most important thing. Sorry, one thing I was about to miss. These will be either twice a month, is what we're thinking, which would be
bi-weekly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, something like that. So we'll try and figure that out for you guys. If you really do love it, we'll change it. But let us know. Shoot us DM, Discord, whatever. Like I said, I'm David Graves, aka King Graves, and
I'm Kingpin Caribou, aka just Mike. Come find me. You can find me on Twitter. Just hit me a DM. We can talk.
Yeah, let us know anything, man. So we really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, man. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you and peace.
See ya.
Slide smooth with the words. All by that action, I move like a verb. Fly just like a bird. Cool in your company, I'm up in the skirt. Shy, shorty, a flirt. Pull up on shorty, she making me.